Hey guys, welcome to session 2. Like I said before, session 1 went very, very well. Mr. Henley, with her 17 years at Princeton. These 4 gentlemen in front of you, all Princeton students. They work with myself, Ms. Jones, Mr. Jefferson, a couple of years back, and I asked them to come in because I heard all of them are doing very well at Scarlet Oaks. So I asked them to come in, and they were all excited too. Come in and let some of the things are going over there for them. And first of all, we're going to start off with a presentation. Please follow along. Of a short video.
What will I become? It's a question we all ask ourselves. When we are young, our first aspirations may be becoming famous, being a teacher, a doctor, a firefighter, or even a pro athlete. Later, we might envision becoming a scientist, an entrepreneur, a CEO. Sometimes we aspire to become rich, to climb the ladder of success, to be a leader.
What a ride these past 2 years have been.
Our dreams change as we go through life, but we never truly stop asking ourselves that question. And we shouldn't, because there are so many opportunities. So much to explore, so much to learn, so much to do. Here in Ohio, there are places that help us answer the question of what will I become? Across our great state, these places are where we can explore our possibilities, where we can take risks, where we can embrace our skills, our talents, our passions, where we can strive for success and pull ourselves back up after a failure. Ohio's 49 career centers are places for the spirited explorers, those with grit and wonder. They are places for the dreamers and for the doers. These places open doors and break down barriers. Career technical education is a diverse community that makes the experience matter. Career Tech is people who help guide you, who help shape and mold you. They prepare you for college, prepare you for the workforce, prepare you for service to country. Career Tech is people who will prepare you for life. Ohio's career centers and the people who power them believe in you. They are industry experts, they are mentors, and they believe in your possibility. We believe that learning is not just confined to classrooms. Our classrooms are what you make them, hands-on, relevant, meeting the needs of now. So what will you become? You will become our next great welder, lawyer, doctor, chef, engineer, pharmacist, technician, nurse, actor, or so much more. You will become a risk taker, confident, an expert, a professional, a leader, happy. You will become what you want to be. And our career centers, these places and the people who represent them, will help you get there.
I know what programs are available at Great Oaks. There's a catalog that each of you all will have an opportunity of exploring, if you haven't already. This is the 22-23 catalog. And your location for Princeton students will be Scarlet Oaks. And the programs that you are able to choose from are just numerous. We look here, these are all the programs available at Scarlet Oaks. Automotive, refinishing, collision repair, automotive service technician, commercial, residential, electricity, construction, framing, finishing technologies, and there's numerous. So if you're interested in any of these, I believe there's 20-some programs. Definitely think about Scarlet Oaks. It's free. You can't beat free. If you leave Princeton in 2 years and you want to get these trainings, it comes out of your pocket. If you go next school year for 2 years. You get all this training for free. We got students making some very good money, and they're going to tell you how much they're making, and then tell you how much they could be making with a little bit extra work. Now, most of you all go out and get a job, and that's great. But do you want to end up working at Target for 30 years? White Castles for 50 years? There's room to move up, and they will tell you with these jobs, it's a career. You can move up. Moving up means making a lot more money. Spend less time at work, making more money. That's the kind of job I'd like to have. Which program might be right for me? You're a case manager. I'm pretty sure they've already done some things with you to kind of like gauge your interest. Think about what you'd like to pursue vocational training in. The career interest sheets will assist you and align your interests with their available programs. Clicking the link above will take you to a list of programs available and give you more in-depth information about each one that is offered. So talk to your case manager. These are also available to all of you to kind of see, like, you know, if it's something you want to do. I don't like blood. I think I became a teacher. Because if you'd told me I had to have a job giving shots, taking shots, stitching up blood, I can't do that. I don't like shots. I'm a grown man. I do not like shots. I'm a baby. I turn my head and I grimace. Every shot I get, flu shot, it doesn't matter. I wasn't going to go into the medical field because I don't like blood. Each of you have an interest of things you want to do and make good money doing that. Scarlet Oaks is a great way for you to be able to pursue that dream of yours, and it's for free. Yeah, I'm going to say this again, it's free. A lot of seniors will be graduating this school year, and some are going to go to college and got to pay for it. Not just 1 year of it, not just 2 years of it, 3, 4 years of college they got to pay for it. And you going to start off for 2 years, you're on the same playing field with them 4 years after they've been out of high school. And to you it was free. Can't really pass that up. Do my interests line up with a career? Sometimes we think we're interested in doing, and what the job actually entails do not align. It's important to have a career that lines up with what you're actually interested in working on. You can use the link below to see what your interests are and what they might relate to in programs that are available at the Oaks. Ohio's Main Jobs Career Cluster. I think some of y'all may have done these. And this PowerPoint will be available to your case manager if you're interested in doing this activity. Now, a lot of kids ask why I became a teacher. I want to tell you, I was a very bad kid growing up. I was poor. I had one mom, no dad. And I blame everything on that. Poor, black, no dad. I had a bad attitude. I was a great athlete. Dunk basketball, catch football, play baseball, track. I could do it all. But I had a bad attitude. Made a lot of bad decisions because of my bad attitude. Been arrested. I've been shot at numerous times. Not proud of those things. Teachers helped me stay out of jail and stay alive. So as I started to not get in trouble, I started helping kids that were less fortunate. Kids in wheelchairs. Kids who couldn't speak. Kids who couldn't see. The teachers were like, "You're really good at this." I'm like, "What?" They said, "You have a way of helping these kids that need help." I'm like, "Really?" They said, "Yeah." They said, "You thought about going to school to be a teacher?" I'm like, "Are you crazy? I hate teachers." So like, well, you're doing what we do even better than the way we do it. And I said, "Really?" They said, "Yeah." So got close to graduation, and I said, "What are you gonna do?" I said, I may be a teacher. And I'm in front of you because of teachers. I wasn't going to be a professional athlete. I wasn't going to work hard enough at it. It wasn't going to happen. But I think I'm a very good teacher. And some of you all may think that. Some of you all may not think that. And that's okay, though. All right? Now, behind me is what's important for you all to understand. If you do want to go to Scarlet Oaks, it is a must that you have these credits. 2 meaning 2 years of. 2 years of English, that means your freshman, sophomore years of English. 2 years of math, algebra 1, geometry, applied math, geometry. You gotta have 2 years of it. 2 years of science, physical science, biology. 2 social studies, U.S. World. 2 PE credits, 1 health credit, 2 fine arts. If you don't have these classes on your transcript with a passing grade, in the spring when we meet, for those who want to go to Scarlet Oaks, they're going to tell you you're accepted, you're not accepted, or you're conditionally accepted. Conditionally accepted means you got to do a little bit more to get accepted. And sometimes that means going to summer school. Now, summer school is not fun. We have a lot of students who only have 1 math credit or 1 PE credit, and they got to get caught up. Meaning, the only way you can get caught up is to go to summer school. And most of you all are probably like, I'm not going to summer school, I don't care. You don't have to, but you will not be accepted at Scarlet Oaks. There's going to be a visit in February where all the sophomores go to Scarlet Oaks. The whole sophomore class goes. We take like 6 buses, it's pretty cool. The last sophomore class to go to Scarlet Oaks for that visit was these students right here. And they're seniors in high school. Because of COVID, no other 10th grade group has gone since these kids went. And they will tell you, when they went over and observed those programs and walked around that campus, that sold a lot of them on, I'm going to Scarlet Oaks. Like, this is too cool. You have a chance to go in February. You can start applying in December. But if you don't start meeting these requirements, they're not going to accept you. You may be a great kid, very likable, but they're only going to accept you if you're able to get in. All right, so I have there. I'm going to give the names of our guest speakers. Just want them to raise their hands so we know who we're talking with. Jordan Franklin, Javion Coleman, Ian Ewing Jackson, and Braden Harmon. We will be taking questions at the end, so please save those questions at the end. I believe this time we wanted Braden to go first. So Braden, come on up and just kind of let us know how things are going and all that stuff.
How you guys doing today? So I'm Braden. I go to Scarlet, and it's a really good place, good opportunity for every single one of you in this room. You know, you can make good money, you can work while going to school. Like for me, I'm on placement, and so placement, you go to school like 2 days a week for my lab, and then you work 3 days a week. And you make money while doing it. And I pretty much every week I make about $1,000 a week with my job. And you can go to many other companies, many different jobs for the same, what's it called? Same lab. That's what it is, lab. And I'm gonna be honest, there's things there that I don't agree with that they do. And honestly, it's a really good environment there. It's way different from Princeton. Princeton, you know, it's a big school. Scarlet's huge. And if you guys, I'm sure all of you want to make good money in the future and, you know, want a good job and want to do something that you guys actually like doing. So if you guys, any job you want, name it, they have it. And they're really understanding there, I'm telling you. Like teachers, if you ever need help, you just go up to them. Classes are like small, pretty small there. like at least 10, 15 students a class, and that's really good on the teachers because you know if you guys need help, they can go to each one of you pretty fast. And there is a uniform policy. So I'm in carpentry. I gotta wear orange and boots, steel toes, and they don't provide it. So you have to spend your own money to go and pay for that. Electric. I don't know what your guys is.
Basically the same thing. No bag of clothes, boots, pants, stuff like that. Different uniforms for different classes.
Yeah. So your first year there, it's quite boring. Believe it or not, it's pretty boring. All you do is mainly, book work, get to know what you guys do in that lab. And if you don't enjoy your lab or don't change your mind on it, you always can change it. Isn't it like every half quarter? So for first year, you can change it through second quarter. So yeah, if you don't like your lab, you can always change it. And it's helped me a lot going to Scarlet. It's a way different environment, good people, teachers. Everybody there is just so calm and lenient. And you make good friends. Some of them. I know I made pretty good friends. Lifelong friends. I could say that positively. I can make lifelong friends, and I'm sure if you guys go, I promise you, if you guys go and you work hard and put in the time and effort, when you go on placement, no doubt you'll be making good money, and it just takes a little bit of effort and time, and I promise you, it'll help all of you, because there's people that, go 2 years in high school, they finish after that, and they have to pay money to learn the trades, and this is all completely free, you don't have to pay anything. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today.
All right, Javion. Go ahead.
I don't speak much. I don't expect a lot. So, my name's Jamie Akoma. I'm a web application, play games, code, game develop, and you learn how to make games, obviously. Beginning junior year, they give you a toolkit. You can fix your own phones, fix PCs, consoles, all that stuff. You can bring your own PCs, consoles in the lab. They got monitors. They give you laptops. And junior year, when you first go there, the first year you just do coding. You don't really do much, just bookwork. And then you become the senior, you develop games, you make games on a certain apps and stuff. It's a better environment, you can make more friends, it's friendly and more appropriate than Princeton, obviously. That's pretty much it about the lab. What I experienced, you can make, well, what I'm looking at is $25 an hour from working at home, doing what I do. You can play games, do all this stuff, like play games before they come out for money. Academics, get help. It's much easier than Princeton. I would say if you want to go to Scarlet, it's much better than this school. You should. Food is better. You gotta wear uniform to the bathroom. You can eat outside, socialize a lot. Yeah, pretty much not. Already.
Did it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Javion. All right, Jordan.
Princeton High School. God. Thank y'all for coming out. My name is Jordan Franklin. I'm a senior at Scarlet and Princeton. And I'm here to talk about Scarlet Oaks. And I know you hear about it from people like Mr. Henley and your other case managers, but I'm here to tell you about it from the inside. Yeah. So my program, I do the electrical program there at Scarlet Oaks Career Campus. And I have an interview tomorrow for a company, and I'm going to start out with $15 an hour. And I know you hear out in the news, whatever, that 15 is the standard. It's not, because I tried to climb to McDonald's about a week ago, and they offered me like 12 or 13 an hour, which is absolutely disgusting. So I'm going to be making $15 an hour, and by the time I'm 21, I'll be making $30 to $35 an hour out there, making a buttload of money, more money than you guys.
Bucks, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I want to make it clear, Scarlet Oaks gives you more opportunities that most kids your age don't have. All right, and it's free. So now, granted, there's uniform codes that comes out of your own pocket, but the teachers there are like super lax and they don't really care, from my experience. And I want to make one thing clear. All right, so you go to Scarlet, you are still a Princeton student, and when you graduate, you're still a Princeton alumni. So you get to be alumni for 2 schools, Scarlet and Princeton. So let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all been on a field trip with Princeton? Seeing no hands. I've been on a field trip. Well, with my program at Scarlet, I'm taking trips to the Cincinnati Zoo, right? Did that like a couple weeks ago. Went to the Cincinnati Zoo, went to national state fairs, or national job fairs, sorry, and went to last year as a junior. I went to Bobcat facilities, got certified and trained how to operate big machinery like scissor lifts and boom lifts, or like forklifts and shit. It's you get certified in that, right? So there's opportunities to earn credentials, certifications, and labels that will stay valid and make you valuable in the real world. That goes for the rest of your life. And Scarlet allows you to earn these things plus more, plus some, right? As a student, in your junior and senior year, you'll be earning and learning for free, right? If you graduate from Princeton, and if you don't go to Scarlet, you graduate from Princeton, or any kid that graduate from their high school, right? And you want to take on a career like electrical, and you want to go to a technical school like Scarlet or any other campus, then you're going to have to pay for it. Unlike if you go now as a junior and a senior, you get to do that stuff for free. So it's a great opportunity. And if you don't like it, you can always come back to Princeton. Not that you would want to come back here anyway, right? And I'll be honest, I never made many friends here at Princeton, but I can proudly say that I made lifelong friends at Scarlet. And I think that's pretty cool if you ask me. All right, that's all I gotta say. Thank you for listening.
All right, and finally Ian.
Hi, my name's Ian Jackson. How you guys doing tonight? Alright, so basically piggyback what everyone else said. I think so it's a good opportunity. I take electrical. So electrical, you can learn how to set up wires, learn different switches. So also it powers up this room. You can basically do stuff like that if you take the course. You can learn how to power up stuff, learn the ins and outs, different codes. So kind of was saying, I would say the first year is kind of boring. The first year is more of a learning experience before you get into lab work and like doing all the other stuff. Before going, there are different labs, dental work, doctor, nurse, electrical, construction, game design, stuff like that. So if you think you can probably learn it from Scarlet Oaks. There's a lot of classes you can take, and pretty big building. Not the size of Princeton, but it's pretty big. So yeah, the first year you're learning all your coding, learning all your I would say it's codes like OSHA, stuff like that, learn how to ins and out businesses around that area. Mine for commercial, residential. Commercial is like businesses like banks, stuff like that, like electrical stuff. And commercial, I think, yeah, residential is like housing, stuff like that. So I can learn both and do stuff like that. Yeah, so you can also do placement. That's when you go out and get a job in your field, and you can literally go and ask your professor or your teacher, can I go and do my work at my on my lab? And you can go out and go outside of school, during school, and do your job. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous right now. I would say Scarlet Oaks is pretty nice. You can meet new people, learn new skills. I think you should go just for the experience alone. If you don't like it, at least you learn something. That's what I always tell myself. And something you can do besides coming here and not learning anything. I would say one thing you definitely should do before you come here is get a driver's license, because you can take yourself from here to your job anytime you want. as long as you ask your teacher and stuff like that. And you can easily access the stuff. Say lunch and stuff like this is pretty nice. Good food, the microwaves, you can hang out, cook your food. Basically, it's like Princeton, Scarlett's basically Princeton, but you get to have a whole job and get to step up from your peers and make good money. I don't have a job doing what I feel like you can have a normal job and still come to Scarlet Oaks, stuff like that. So yeah, that's what
Thank you. All right, these four young men I spoke to probably about a year ago and asked them would they be interested to come back and speak to the sophomore class that was coming up, and they all agreed to that. And the maturity I'm watching for all four of these, it's very encouraging, because I know for you as sophomores, and for those that do go to Scarlet Oaks, some of you will be asked to come back and speak to sophomores when you're seniors, and be doing what these students are doing right now. And if you kept hearing one thing, I kept hearing one thing over and over again, it's free. Guys, you cannot beat free training. A lot of seniors will graduate and go pay for training. It's free. You start next school year. If you're doing very well at it, you can be like Javion Coleman, who's going to be making $25 an hour, probably more, working from home. Braden Harmon, making $1,000 a week right now. How old are you, Braden?
17.
He's 17 years old. How many 17-year-olds you know making $1,000 a week legally? I don't. That could be you. Jordan's driving. He said he's working for an electrical company. Like, that's major. That's big. Ian said he's not working for his program yet, but it's going to come. That training that you get at Scarlet Oaks is not going to go anywhere. They have every program you could ever imagine. When you go for the visit, and when we go, Mr. Wade, is it February or January?
I think January.
Yeah. You will be very impressed. Like I said before, I was virtually painting a car, and I could actually feel the paint gun in my hand. It was the coolest thing ever. And I'm like, man, this would have been so cool if I could have this when I was a kid. Like, how many kids I know that like working on cars would have enjoyed doing something like this? You can still be involved, play sports, ROTC, clubs. Every time we have something here in Princeton, that we bust you back. All the assemblies, ceremonies, everything, pep rallies. You're still a Princeton student. Now, some students go over and they don't do well, and they come back. Some by their own choice, or some who had attendance issues, some who had academic issues, they didn't want to like put the work in. And some of those who chose to come back, both have said they wish they would have stayed. They thought they were missing something at Princeton, because Princeton was lit. Oh man, I miss high school. You know, them hallways were lit, man. The cafeteria was lit. And they got back here and just like, I should have came back. I wish I would have stayed. We hope all of you all who have the chance to go will go. Many of your parents have gone. I talked to them, and they said they loved it. They've been trying to encourage some of their kids to go. And we think if you do go, you're going to really enjoy it. Now, we got some time for some questions. So if you have a question, just raise your hand. And if you could say, I have a question for Javion, or a question for Jordan, and like mention their name so they can actually be the person to address your question. Do we have any questions? And guys, hey, if you got a question, I promise you, don't ask. They're the ones that are doing it. Question? Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No question? I have a question that was asked last session. The food. So how's the food at Scarlet Oaks compared to the food at Princeton?
Food's great.
Yeah. What do you mean by great?
They have different things every day.
Afternoon.
There's pizza every day. Yeah, pizza every day.
washing our
So you have more options: subs, pizzas, microwave, Chinese. I love Chinese. So.
Right now they're not occupied.
Can you bring your own lunch?
You are
You bring your own lunch.
What
about lockers?
Right before
So we have lockers, but they're not for personal labs only. So you have a locker, but like same thing with Princeton, COVID, stuff like that. You don't have lockers.
So the lockers are in your program?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Transportation. Now, for those that choose to go, you all, if you don't drive, George drives, you get picked up here, correct?
That's Princeton.
Yeah.
No, we get picked up from our houses.
Oh,
Yeah, our buses go to Princeton.
okay. They changed that. Wow.
Yeah.
It used to be you started here and then you went to.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so that actually was changed, guys, for the benefit of you, because in years past, they dropped you off here, and then a bus took you from here to Scarlet Oaks. So now they're picking you up at home. Yeah. So even that's a lot better. And getting back, they don't bring you back here like it used to. They take you home. So the busing's a lot easier to and from Scarlet Oaks for those who plan to attend.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
What does a typical school day look like for you?
Typical school day is like, it depends if you have first lab or morning lab or afternoon lab. So you go through your motions like math, English, history, or science, depends on that what you take. And then during like half of you get like I think 3 bells all in one for lab. You learn different things, you do whatever you need to do in your lab class. So you either have the morning or afternoon. So basically your lab is basically your gym class or your like extra you know what I'm trying to say. Your activities you would take, but instead of doing those, you do your lab and stuff like that. So you get a good chunk of lab time to work on different stuff. And trust me, it's fun, and you be with like, man, I would have more time to work on other stuff and stuff like that. So I think, yeah.
I know last session, someone mentioned the classes. Here at Princeton, you have 7 classes. Scarlet Oaks, you go 2.5 on your program. You still have math, science, English, history. Classes at Scarlet Oaks. Don't think you're going to go over there and not do any academics. They're still doing academic work. The classes are smaller. I'm in some classes of almost 30 students. Even with 2 teachers, that's still a lot. Their biggest classes, 15 kids. 1 teacher, 15 students. If you need help, you get in a meeting. Question, Mr. Montague?
I don't remember if this was said. What are the hours like there? Like what time do you guys start? What time do you guys
We start at 7:50
Yeah.
and then get out at 2:18.
At 2:18.
And as a senior, if you're on track to graduate, for me, I don't need to go into school till 9:30.
You get early room. You get later.
So sleep in and graduate, please.
So, the class, now, here, for those, all of you out there, you have a case manager. You guys have a case manager at Scarlet Oaks that you work with. Like me, I was here.
I don't have
Okay, you don't. So, Ian does. You guys do or don't? So, you could still have a support person at Scarlet Oaks. So it's not like you get over there and they're just like, well, you're on your own. They don't do that. As all these students have said, the staff is very helpful. The staff is very supportive. Another thing I heard, friendships made. Most of you are friends with the person you were friends with last year. You go to Scarlet Oaks, you're going to be friends with students from other school districts because those guys are going to be in your program. And they're going to become your friends. And you could have not met this student until your program. And as Jordan said, lifelong friendships. Lifelong friendships that you made while going to Scarlet Oaks. Mr. Montag?
Do they provide breakfast and lunch?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
And it's free?
No, you have to pay
it
for it.
was free for 1 year for us, but now you pay for it once again.
So,
They got free and reduced applications.
Yeah, they have those.
Yeah. Like me, I'm poor. I get free food. So.
We got a few more minutes. Any other questions? We got a few more minutes. No questions. Before we close, understand the academic requirements for those classes. You can start applying December the 1st. Go home, speak with your parents. If you're serious about going to Scarlet or wanting to go, even if you don't want to go, apply. Because when we go over January for that visit, if you've not applied, you will not get to the program that you desire.
There's a lot to choose from, so don't be shy. And just at least give it a shot. I didn't want to give it a shot at first, but my cousin and my mom wanted me to, so I did it, and I'm here. I learned a whole lot.
No problem.